come on, make a move. Everybody say it, make a move. In the segment called The Numbers, we talked about the math behind the resounding success of free societies. This math becomes a lot more understandable when you take a look at the organizations that determine what these numbers will be. Organizations are comprised of human beings who respond to incentives and who will seek to increase their earnings and their status through the work that they do. It shouldn't be a surprise, therefore, that organizations comprised of human beings behave the same way. To see this clearly, it helps to recognize that the core goal of any organization will always be to increase its earnings and its status. This fact is much more important than whatever stated mission an organization chooses to use. Let's take one of our favorite targets, Exxon. What is Exxon's core goal? Is it to make an affordable product that helps us get to work? Is it to rape and pillage the earth? Well, neither. Exxon's core goal, like that of every other organization and organism in the world, is to thrive. To thrive, Exxon must provide something of value to its customers. If it doesn't, it will be quickly and directly extinguished by others who will. If oil became unprofitable and cars would run on it, Exxon would be happy to power our cars with organic almond juice. The drive to thrive is the core goal of every organization in the world. This is true both in the private sector, like Exxon, and in the public sector, like the IRS. Is the core goal of the IRS to collect taxes? Is the core goal of the Consumer Protection Bureau to protect consumers? Is the core goal of the EPA to protect the environment?
No!
Kids gave that to me. I had no idea why. In a free society, the government almost never makes money. The government can only spend money earned by the private sector. This drains money from our economy, taking it out of the hands of organizations whose growth makes money and putting it into the hands of organizations whose growth spends it. Companies made up of free individuals make people richer because they have no choice. They want to survive, and if they want to survive and thrive, they need to attract employees and customers who come to them of their own free will because the company offers them something they want. Take Steve Jobs. You don't think Steve Jobs made poor people richer? Steve Jobs revolutionized the smartphone industry. Take a drive through China or South America or through the poorer neighborhoods in the United States. Do you still see poverty? Yes, unfortunately. You also see a heck of a lot of smartphones. What you are looking at, sitting there in the hands of people who are struggling, is opportunity. Opportunity for learning and employment placed literally in the palm of their hands. In addition to the various levels of people who work for Apple, how many grocery store, construction, hotel employees would not have jobs if not for Apple employees spending their money? And no, these jobs don't all pay $100,000 a year as I brace myself for the avalanche of rotten tomatoes. Not all of us make choices that motivate someone else to pay us $100,000 a year. Recognizing this is not insensitive or mean or hateful. Recognizing this fact is the only way to take action that will result in sustainable progress among those of us who are struggling. Government organizations are staffed by people, mostly nice people, who are hired, paid, and promoted based on the politics of whatever party is in charge. Frequently, they cannot be fired, effectively disciplined, or rewarded based on outstanding work. Private companies are staffed by people who are hired, paid, and promoted based on creating products that satisfy customers. They can be fired or disciplined for poor performance, and they can be rewarded for outstanding work. Which of these incentive systems is most likely to result in producing more goods and services for customers and more economic growth? Think about this, especially when you hear a politician tell you that they are going to use the powers of government to produce economic growth. Because when they tell you that, they're also telling you that they can give you a cat that barks. Now you won't say nothing about it. You won't say nothing to me. You won't say nothing to